Okay, so let's go to the exercise now. So let's consider below numbers. So we have 500 million daily active users, 100 million photos are being uploaded per day, and average photo size is 200 KB. So let's say you are designing Instagram like application, and these are the numbers you have come up after a discussion with interviewer. Maybe you came up with the number of daily active users as 200 million, and maybe your interviewer said, no, maybe let's make it 500 million. Then 100 million photos uploaded per day. So this can also come from you can take a very educated guess here. Let's say you came up with, okay, there are 200 million daily active users or 500 million daily active users, and one out of 5% is uploading a photo per day. Yeah, then that comes to 100 million photos uploaded per day. So again, in reality, it could be 200 million, 300 million, or 1 billion, but for the purpose of interview calculations, it's perfectly fine. And then average photo size, it let's say if you are again, we can take it 200 KB, even you can take it as 1 MB also. Again, that is also fine. Right. The more important thing is that how do you do the calculation from these numbers. These numbers, if they are in vicinity of correctness, you are good with it. Now we need to concentrate that how we can do the fast calculation. Okay, so we have to identify that. Okay, I'll put the numbers here again. So we have 500 million daily active users. We have 100 million photos uploaded per day, and size of photo is 200 KB. Now the question is that how much data is required to store photos in future. Now future, generally you can say that 5 to 10 years. So now let's calculate that how much data storage is required in 1 day. So 1 day. So we know that one photo size is 200 KB, and we know that 100 million photos are being uploaded per day. Now how do we quickly convert it into an actual number? So the important thing here is that we should be thinking in terms of power of tens here. So what we will do is that we will convert this expression into power of tens. So this becomes 2 into 10 to the power 2. So this 200 becomes 2 into 10 to the power 2. And then the KB, we know that it is 1000 bytes, right? So that is 10 to the power 3. So this becomes 10 to the power 3. Then again we have 100, which is 10 to the power 2, and million. So again, if that power table is sitting in your mind very clearly, then you know that million is to 10 to the power 6. Right. So these many bytes you would be needing in a day. Now um, if we know the power table, right? So it's 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 6, 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power 12, 10 to the power 15. So this is kilobyte, this is MB, this is GB, this is TB, this is petabyte. So in calculation we have to come to the closest lower 10 to the power. Right? So if we count the number of tens here, so 2 plus 3 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 6 13. Right? So 10 to the power 13. So that means the closest and which is lower than this is 10 to the power 12. So 10 to the power 13. So I can write it as 10 into 10 to the power 12, and this 2 is there, right? So that means 20 into 10 to the power 12, and 10 to the power 12 we know is terabyte. So it is 20 terabyte. Now this is for one day. Now how do I calculate it for 5 to 10 years? So the trick here is that instead of thinking about 5 years or 10 years, you can think about 6 years, because we know that by quick calculation that 3 years is equal to 1000 days, and 6 years is similarly 2000 days. Yeah. So that means we have to just, so if we want to calculate for 6 years, we have to just multiply 2000 by 20 terabyte. And again, we can do a very quick calculation here. So we can see 3 zeros here, right? So these 3 zeros, when they add up to terabyte, it becomes a petabyte. And then this 20 and 2 40. So that means it's 40 petabyte. I hope this calculation is clear. If this calculation is not clear, then please raise your hand. Okay, Mithun, the number, so DAU is daily active users. That how many users daily come actively on the system. Daily users doesn't matter here in this calculation. So daily users in this calculation they don't matter, but in some other calculations they will. We'll see it in the next exercise. Okay. So I'm moving forward to the next exercise. Gustavo, I think your hand is raised from the previous. Do you still have a question? Maybe because you have raised your hand for a long time, I'll let you. Gustavo, I have unmuted you. Okay, I see a couple of hands. If Subbu, if your question is regarding this previous exercise one, then let's talk about it. I have unmuted you. Yeah.
Hi. Not
Yeah.
related to this exercise, but the previous concept that throughput. So, is a good time to ask, or should I wait?
Yeah. Maybe we can take it at the end of the this session.
No problem. Yeah, I can wait.
Thank you. Thank you.
Want to become a software engineer at Google? You can, like thousands of our students. You just need to learn from those who've already cleared FANG interviews. At Interview Kickstart, our interview prep courses are developed and taught live by 150 plus instructors from Tier 1 companies like Google and Facebook. Our courses are tailored to help you crack software engineering domain interviews, including back-end, full stack, machine learning, embedded systems, data science, and more. To learn more, book your free webinar slot today